Hey everyone, welcome to Love Recruitment's YouTube page. My name's Tom. I'm Recruitment Director here at Love Recruitment, and we specialise in health and fitness recruitment across the UK. So thank you so much for joining us for our second instalment of our tip series. We're going to be focusing on first impressions and brand today. This is a follow-on from our CV writing episode, which you can go back to and check out. I recommend doing that if you've not done so already. Some really great content on there in terms of tips and how to format your CV, the sort of content that employers are going to be looking out for and what to include as well. But for the purpose of this exercise, let's assume that you have done that already and that you are ready to go. Your CV is looking spick and span, you're really excited, and you want to start applying for roles. So this is the stage to just stop, pause for a second. There's a few things you need to think about before getting your CV out there. Almost a checkbox exercise to do before that. So there's a few things that I'm going to recommend now. Just take note of those and make sure you do them before applying for those roles. So before we get into it, something you need to realize is that you are a brand. You are giving off a certain persona to your potential employers, and first impressions are so important when you are looking for your job, your next job, and impressing that in potential employers straight away, basically. So first thing I'd say is today, with today's technology, the likes of Indeed, Reed, loads of different other job sites, it's so easy to apply for a role now. You literally click and the CV's gone. That's great. But there seems to be a tendency to blanket send your CV and just apply for every single role that's on there. Don't do that. Remember, going back to that brand, do you want to be seen as that person that just sends out everything, or do you want to be seen as the person that really researches the company? They know the sorts of roles that they're going for. They know the companies that they're applying for. The amount of times that I've spoken with someone on the phone and they've said, "Look, I'm really sorry, I've applied for loads of roles. I can't remember this. Can you tell me about it?" It's fine. I appreciate that people want to give themselves the best opportunity, but remember that first impression is everything. So with that in mind, there's a few tips I'm gonna give you now, just to really think about before clicking that apply button. So I've just found this really random thing on advert on here. As you can see here, it's a good looking advert, so it's going to allow me to talk through my points a little easier. So let's say you find that perfect role, you're really excited. Before clicking apply, take your time and have a look into the company itself. So do your research. So jump on their website, jump on Glassdoor, make sure that you like what you say, make sure you're excited about the company, make sure your values align, and you can see yourself working there, and you're passionate about what they do. It's first and foremost, the most important thing is that you want to work for that particular company and you know what they're about. Secondly, make note of the roles that you apply for. So you can either have a little diary and do it that way, or you can just put it in your notes in your iPhone or Samsung or whatever you use. Really easy to do, but just make a note of it. Just I've applied for this particular role with this particular company. Here's a little blurb or a few notes about it there. Just gives you something to go back to and just familiarize yourself with before actually speaking to them. And it looks so good if you can speak to that employer straight away about their company. It's going to look really impressive. Secondly, take time reading through the advert as well. So have a read through the company here. Again, should just reiterate the reasons you want to go and work for them and that you're passionate about it, everything like that. The role itself, are you excited about that specific role? Can you see yourself doing it? The key skills and experience is really important. Are you a match? Are you a match with these? Have you demonstrated these particular skills before? Do you have the experience that is required? Don't just sort of send your CV out and just hope for the best. It's not the way to do it. Really take your time and understand the role and make sure that A, you're really excited and you want to do it, and B, that you're going to be the right fit for the employer as well. Because remember, in the future, they may have something come up that is right for you, but if you've just sent loads of CVs to them for the wrong roles, it's not going to look fantastic. So make sure you're happy to apply, click the apply button, CV's looking great, that goes off. Now, next thing to think about, and it sounds really simple, but a lot of people miss this, is your answer phone message. Make sure it's really professional, really slick, and sounds fantastic. Take your time with this. Go and spend 5-10 minutes in a quiet room by yourself. practice what you're going to say, just make sure it sounds great. This is really, really important. The amount of times that I've left answer phone messages with people that have a garbled, really loud background, can barely hear them, or it's that ridiculous hello, hello, can't hear you message. It's frustrating. And remember, first impressions are everything. Go back to that brand. Is that how you want to be seen by a potential employer? That puts you on a back step. I'm excited by when I hear a great answer phone message. I'm excited to speak to that person. And on the other end of the scale, if I listen to a ridiculous answer phone message, they've got to then overcome that when I then next speak to them. And it's the same for a lot of employers as well. It sounds really simple, but it's just these little things that are just going to make you look all that more professional, all that more great. And then the final thing to think about is where you're answering your phone. Don't feel like, if you see a phone call coming through, don't feel like you have to answer it then and there if you are not in the right position to speak. If you're on public transport, if there's a really loud background noise, if you're out on the road or something like that, or if you're at work, or whatever it may be, let it go to answer phone. Remember, it's going to be great. So you're going to leave that great impression straight away anyway. And then call them back when you have that ability to be able to speak clearly, calmly. You've had a quick flick back through your notes as well, so you remember the company and a little bit more about them. Again, think about those first impressions. It is so important. Don't be afraid to miss that call and then give them a call back later. So hopefully that's helped with first impressions. As always, if you do have any questions, please let me know. But make sure you subscribe. Next week, we're going to be looking at interview prep. And make sure you look out for our new job updates that's coming next week as well. As always, have a great day. And thanks so much for joining us. Bye, guys.